Why John was my closest friend and what he taught me. The world knows John by his titles: the beloved disciple, the one who leaned on my breast at the Last Supper, the only one of the 12 to stand at the foot of my cross. They see him as a figure of quiet devotion, a man defined by the singular word he preached, love. But the John that I called from his fishing nets was a force of nature, a man whose temper, ambition, and zeal earned him, along with his brother James, the nickname Sons of Thunder, Boanerges. The transformation of a son of thunder into the apostle of love is one of the greatest testimonies to the redemptive power of my grace. To understand my mission, you must understand my intimacy with John and why I allowed him to draw closer than any other, a closeness that was not a coincidence, but a calculated divine necessity. Our relationship was built on a foundation of unfiltered access and unflinching presence. John was a paradox, fiercely ambitious, yet utterly surrendered to intimacy. While the others often focused on what the kingdom could give them, John began to focus solely on who I am. The world wonders about favorites, but my selection of John was not favoritism. It was strategic discipleship. I needed one man to receive and transmit the deepest truths about my divine nature and the eternal power of love. Truths that could not be grasped by the calculating mind or the fearful heart. John was chosen for the sheer capacity of his heart, a fierce vessel that I had to empty of thunder and fill completely with the boundless sea of agape. My message here is clear. True spiritual intimacy is not a passive gift. It is an active discipline of presence, and it is the only way to transform your thunder into love. Chapter 1. The transformation of thunder. When I first called John and James, they were men of action, sons of Zebedee, part owners of a successful fishing enterprise. They left the nets instantly, but they did not leave their ambition behind. Early in my ministry, I sent them ahead to a Samaritan village to prepare for my arrival. When the villagers refused to receive me, a common act of prejudice between Jews and Samaritans, the Sons of Thunder instantly proposed a solution rooted in divine force. Lord, do you want us to command fire to come down from heaven and consume them just as Elijah did? Their zeal was real, but it was misdirected. They were ready to annihilate those who rejected me, mistaking divine judgment for personal vengeance. I had to sternly rebuke them, teaching them that my purpose was not to destroy men's lives, but to save them. This was the first great lesson John learned. The power of the Spirit is defined by restraint, not release. The second crucial moment of purification came when they, through their mother, tried to secure the highest seats of honor in my future glory. Grant that these two sons of mine may sit, one on your right hand and the other on the left, in your kingdom. This was the height of their self-serving ambition. The other disciples were furious, not because they were humble, but because they were equally ambitious and had been outmaneuvered. I used this moment to deliver the eternal inversion of the kingdom. Whoever desires to become great among you, let him be your servant. Why was John still my closest friend after such profound failure? Because in these moments, while his actions were wrong, his desire was right. He did not want comfort. He wanted nearness to my power and glory. I saw the capacity for consuming passion in him, and I knew that if I could redirect that passion from self-glorification to pure love, he would become the greatest vessel of truth. I allowed him to come close so I could purify his ambition with my humility. Do you wrestle with ambition, zeal, or a fiery passion that often feels misdirected or destructive? Know that your desire for greatness can be purified into a deep desire for holiness. If this narrative speaks to the yearning in your heart for transformation, I invite you to subscribe now. Let us uncover the strategy to turn your thunder into truth. Chapter 2. The discipline of presence. John's unique position was not based on his merit, but on his discipline of presence. He was always there, in the quiet, decisive moments where the eternal truth was unveiled. The raising of Jairus' daughter. John was there, witnessing my power over death in a private, intimate setting, learning that my miracles are rooted in compassion, not crowds. The Transfiguration. John was one of the three, Peter, James, and John, who saw my glory unveiled on the mountain, watching my human form become radiant with divine light. This vision was essential, preparing him for the ultimate spiritual truth he would later write. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory. The Garden of Gethsemane. John was there in the agony, witnessing my utter human submission and wrestling with the cup. He saw the cost of salvation up close, giving him the unique authority to write later that God is love, a love proven by suffering. But the most famous moment of intimacy came at the Last Supper. John was seated next to me, close enough to lean back on my chest and ask, "Lord, who is it who will betray you?" This physical posture was the external manifestation of his spiritual posture. While Peter had to use a signal to ask John to ask me, John had direct, immediate access. This was not about physical comfort. It was about spiritual reception. John had cultivated the quietness of soul required to hear the whispered secrets of the kingdom. He taught me, the Son of Man, an essential human truth. The deepest truths are received in stillness, not in striving. The one who comes closest is the one who is willing to be still enough to listen. John allowed me to pour into him, bypassing the noise of ego and ambition that still troubled the others. He moved from wanting the seat of honor to wanting the position of intimacy. Chapter 3. The endurance of love at the cross. The ultimate proof of John's transformation and his deepest lesson to the world occurred at Calvary. The sons of thunder had fled. The rest of the disciples were scattered. Peter was weeping bitterly from his denial. But John, the formerly ambitious zealot, stood by my mother Mary at the foot of the cross. He was the only one of the 12 present at the moment of my greatest humiliation and agony. His presence was the definitive act of unflinching fidelity and pure love. He was not there to defend me. He was there because he could not be there. His desire for nearness had finally overridden his fear of death. His love for me was stronger than his fear of the Roman guards. In that moment, I, suspended between heaven and earth, entrusted my mother to his care. "Woman, behold your son," and to John, "Behold your mother." This entrustment was the final profound act of intimacy and trust. I placed my dearest earthly treasure, my mother, into the hands of the one who had finally demonstrated the true nature of agape love, selfless, active, and enduring even unto death. John's presence proved that the fiery ambition of the Son of Thunder had been successfully refined into the unbreakable loyalty of the Son of Love. Is your faith strong enough to stand by the cross, not just on the mountaintop? True friendship is proven not in times of glory, but in times of humiliation and suffering. If the unflinching fidelity of John inspires you to commit to a faith that endures all cost, share this narrative. Let others see that true loyalty is possible. Before you proceed, make sure you are subscribed. The final chapter reveals the eternal legacy of his intimacy. Chapter 4. The Legacy of Revelation. John's unique intimacy allowed him to receive a legacy of truth unmatched by the others. Because he had cultivated the capacity for stillness and love, he became the primary transmitter of my most profound theological truths. The 3 great works left by John are a testament to what I taught him through our intimacy. The Gospel of John, the most profound, theologically rich account of my life, focused entirely on my divine nature. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John, the one who saw my glory at the Transfiguration, was the one who could articulate my eternal, pre-existent Godhead. The Epistles of John. These letters distill the entire kingdom into a single, simple command: God is love. John's life, transformed by my love, became the ultimate sermon on the absolute necessity of living in active love for one another. The Book of Revelation. John was exiled to the island of Patmos for his faith, and there the heavens were opened. Because he had endured to the end, because he had disciplined himself into total purity, I entrusted him with the final, complete vision of the future, the triumph of the Lamb, the destruction of evil, and the coming of the New Jerusalem. John's legacy confirms the eternal principle: the measure of your intimacy determines the scope of your revelation. Because he was willing to lean in at the table and stand firm at the cross, he was given the sight to see the glorious final victory. Chapter 5. Why John was my closest friend. John was my closest friend not because he was flawless, but because he was transparently receptive. He allowed me to work the deepest, most painful transformations in his heart. He taught me, the Son of Man, that the human heart, when totally surrendered, has an infinite capacity for agape. He started by wanting to call down fire on my enemies, and he finished by writing that love casts out fear. That trajectory of transformation was my greatest reward in our friendship. His life is the eternal proof that my love is the ultimate purifier of human ambition. John's final, enduring message to you, delivered in his old age, was a simple, desperate plea: little children, love one another. That was the whole truth of the kingdom, distilled from a lifetime of intimacy with me. Do you crave a deeper intimacy with the Master? Are you ready to trade the thunder of your selfish ambition for the love that endures all things? John's friendship is your model. His secret was presence, loyalty, and stillness. Subscribe now and commit to cultivating the quiet heart that hears the deepest secrets of the kingdom and receives the greatest revelations of the Father's love. John was my closest friend because he showed the world that true greatness is found not in commanding fire from heaven, but in loving until the end. He was the Son of Thunder who became the Apostle of Love, and his transformed heart is the template for every soul seeking eternal intimacy with the Father.